Hi guys, my name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim and welcome to Crypto Bin 101. This is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show where we trade it and we don't gamble it. I told you guys not to jump into Terra yesterday because we knew the market just surged out of proportion because of the new Terra Classic that was rebranded, and that made the old Luna skyrocket. And I told you, are you supposed to jump in? I said no, you do not have to do that. And now look at Terra and see what's happening. You can see all the way from here down to this point, it has dropped about even 50% if you look at what I'm seeing on my chart. And that's why I told you yesterday, you do not need to jump in. You need to make sure there's a structure before you do that. But we're going to come to that later and see what's going on even with the Luna Classic, which is the one that just launched recently. If you've not subscribed to the channel, you can do that right now and subscribe here, like our videos, share with family and friends, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get our content or the good value we're bringing from this channel as we drop it immediately. Without no wasting time, let's jump into the news. You can see Terra falls back down to earth. Luna sinks 38% from recent high, but when I show you now, it's even about 50%, and that's what I tell you. We knew what happened to them last couple of months ago, and now they're trying to rebrand another token to correct all their mistakes by allowing members to vote and allowing the tax to take place so they can use the money to buy back, or rather to burn more tokens so the supply can reduce and the token can have more value. We all know the UST is already down to zero and no one is even talking about that one now, but they're trying to just make sure the token come back to life. And you can see that the price of Terra's Luna has fallen since Friday, and Luna Classic has also dropped significantly, but both coins have still gained a lot of value since over the past week, like I said. But I told you, you do not need to jump in yesterday. You see why, and the reason why you need to subscribe to this channel, because we're giving you values and we're doing the research for you so you can know what is going on in the market and you do not just lose your money. And now we can see at the current price, it's about $4 per coin, and Luna has dropped of total of about 50%, like I showed you just now. Why the sizable drop? Luna is still maintaining quite a bit of the recent rise, but I still believe it's going to come down more because the surge was just because of the new token which they launched. And I think I love what is happening behind the tokenomics, and I believe a lot of things is still going to come up regarding Luna. So please stay relaxed, don't jump into the market, stay to this channel. We're going to tell you when is the best time to buy Luna Classic, which is the rebranded of the Luna. Not financial advice anyway, but we're just trying to share what we are doing on this channel with you so you can do your own research as well. And speaking of Ethereum, we all know ETH has been making the headline for the past weeks, but recently now, over the past few days, it's been making mainstream headlines because now we're now seeing banks jumping into it. We're now seeing investment companies jumping into it, and I'm talking about the merge that is coming up in some days. And I told you, even Google came on to put the countdown on their website, where when you type the merge, you can see the countdown to the time and the minute when the stuff is going to happen. And why this thing is going to make sense is because we're moving from proof of work to proof of stake, and now we can have banks trying to say, okay, maybe they will even run an extended trade fund, which is ETF on ETH, so people can trade it even though they don't trade the real coin, but they can trade the movement, the volatility with the companies. And I think that's going to help. And now, despite the rocky few weeks since its announcement, the team behind the Ethereum proof of work also announced saying they're going to launch their own mainnet. So in case the proof of stake start running, they're going to announce an hour to their own launch too, so they don't lose out completely from the reason or the proceed they are making from the mining. Because now if they move everything to someone that's tech that can mine, now how do they make money? So they're trying to launch theirs back too, so the ETH wrap can still survive. And I think we're gonna see more of the market moving because of this in the nearest future. So we can now see that's that. Another news making headline is Ethereum mining alternative Ravecoin jump 85%. You can check that out because Ravecoin is like Bitcoin too. So now people believe the reason why they were mining ETH was because they are making money. Okay, if ETH is now turning to proof of stake, they can now bank their mining on Ravecoin, which has the same kind of structure, the same kind of tokenomics with ETH and Bitcoin. And I believe that's why Ravecoin is jumping. So you need to do your own research and check it out if you need to bag your money on Ravecoin, because I believe if all the miners are now leaving ETH and now using their proof of work to now mine more of Ravecoin, we might see Ravecoin appreciating in the nearest future. But we're still going to bring more of that to your view. Also, another news in the market is leading derivative exchange CME Group launches Ethereum options. You know, I told you we're now having companies coming into the crypto space because of what's going to happen with ETH being the second largest market cap in the crypto world. But now I think this is very important because Fidelity is considering offering Bitcoin to retail investors. You understand? Fidelity is a Boston-based investment giant and which manage over 3.4 million retail customers. You understand? Imagine an investment that manage about 34.4 million customers. Now thinking of probably they're going to allow their customers to, you know, excuse me, to be offering Bitcoin to their retailers. And I think that's going to be big because if you have so much people like that, that's going to help the adoption of Bitcoin rapidly. And we might see something great coming up from that if that happens, because it was said that it's been a whistleblower or a bird that told someone, you know, just in that language that something like that is going to happen. And the manager said, oh, I hope the bird is right. So that means they're believing something like that can actually play out or will happen in the nearest future. So we wait to see what happened about that. And we see that also we're having another institutional news concerning the crypto world, which is now ETH merge could drive up institutional adoption. You understand what I'm trying to say? And that was said by Bank of America. So now Bank of America is trying to say the second biggest cryptocurrency by market cap, Ethereum, is expected to complete its upgrade this week. And when that happens, the upgrade will move Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake, and that could, you know, could drive up the institutional adoption in crypto space. You can see, and that's why I tell you, crypto is here to stay. Crypto is going nowhere. We just need to know what we're doing. We need to do our own research. We need to subscribe to a channel like this whereby we give you value and give you, excuse me, good information where you do not need to, you know, get confused or misinformed in the market. And if you've not subscribed, you can do that right now by clicking on that subscribe button, destroy the likes button, and also don't forget to turn off the notification bell so you can always get the content as we drop it immediately. And speaking of that, now let's move to NFT, whereby we have Beyonce, Bruno Mars producers making the headlines, talking about Beyonce's producers and Bruno Mars producers are now being linked with Bored Ape NFT, and we all know NFT is a non-fungible token whereby you have a cryptography that represents your art on the blockchain and you have it as your own. So anytime, any day, you can sell it to anybody you like without intermediaries. I know that's what blockchain is all about, just to cut out intermediaries. I can record the music now, put it on the internet, put it on the blockchain, have that code, it belongs to me. Nobody can have it. When I want to sell it, I can sell it to whoever I want, or I can put it on the market for people to be trading in while they buy it and sell it, and the market keeps going up and down. And now, Universal Group Kingship just recruited a couple of massive hit makers in the form of E-Boys and James. And we can also Universal Group label created the group in partnership with NFT collector Jimmy McNeils, who owns the NFT. So now this is what they're trying to do. They're just trying to see how they can, collaborate with. And we saw what Snoop Dogg and Eminem did with this Bored Ape Yacht, also talking about the MTV award where they performed in the metaverse lab, and it was I think it was fantastic. And now NFT is yes to say NFT is so much noise, NFT is that and this. There's still a lot of things going around because it's very new. You need to do your own research. You need to be careful. You need to know who's behind the project. And like I always say, you need to know the project you're putting your money on. Don't just say because you hear this celebrity is behind it or this producer celebrity is behind it, I want to bag my money on it. You need to do your own research. You need to consult, or you need to have mentors that have been in the game that they can analyze the market for you, or do your own research and find out that, okay, I can take this risk, or I believe in this project, I can put my money on it. And speaking of that, I believe that's what we need to check out in the news. And also we can see some other headlines over here. We can see Starfish Finance being attacked, Bitcoin ultimate hinge on illegal fuel in Norway, and we can see it's time to end maximalism in crypto. So much news about crypto. And also let's quickly check this page out and see what the headlines look like about cryptocurrency. We can see Bitcoin and altcoin pop upside down, but upcoming macro event could cap the rally. Also, we can see that Bitcoin might be down, but the interest in the crypto and NFT is here to stay. You see what I'm trying to say? The interest in crypto and NFT, that's the interest of the people, that they really want this thing, and the interest the interest is here to stay, even though the market has been falling, because we need to have the market come down. A lot of people are still going to come in, adopt it, then we'll see the market move up. So now still talking about news, let's check out some news as well, and we can get to understand what's still going on. We can see here is when Ethereum proof of work will take place. We've talked about that. We can see other news. Coinbase executive brother plead guilty to cryptocurrency wire fraud. Like I told you, you need to be careful in the crypto space because it's new, it's a lot of noise, so much bubbles that need to be busted, regulations are still coming in, so you need to be careful before you do anything in the space. You need to have the experience, you need to have good information, you need to do your own research, or you subscribe to a channel like this whereby we bring the news, the charts, good analysis to you every day, where you can now understand or have some information to help you do your own research, and you can now make your own decision on, okay, I want to put my money on this, or I want to put my money on that. So we can see, and Canada new conservative party leader is a crypto proponent. We can see that also. Fidelity may begin offering Bitcoin trading to its rated customer. I've spoke about that. So much news in the market. You just need to be careful, and excuse me, you need to know what you're doing. Then speaking of that, let's quickly check out the fundamental. Let's check out the fundamental news, where we'll check out what could be affecting the market. And right now we can see, I told you Monday is not always busy, but today now we're going to be having some CPMI, core CPMI later in the day, and we're going to be seeing CPI tomorrow. We're going to be seeing PPMI tomorrow as well, and also we're going to be seeing unemployment change and unemployment Employment change and unemployment rates are happening on Thursday. Also, core retail sales on Thursday. Empire State Manufacturing Index also happening on Thursday. And we're going to see retail sales month to month happening on Thursday as well. And also, we're going to see our prelim UOM consumer sentiment, and all these are fundamental news that affect the trading or investment in general. But we need to get used to all this things so we know what the news is all about, what could trigger the market. But don't forget, fundamental analysis goes along with technical analysis, because whatever happens will reflect on the chart. You need to understand that whatever happens fundamentally will reflect on the chart, and whatever happens on the chart will now determine, are you going to buy or are you going to sell? Because when the news break or we have something happening is when you're going to see the candle moving up and down, and now it's going to create a structure where you as a technical analyst will now see that, oh, this is now a sell or this is now a buy. So that's that on the fundamental. Let's check out the market cap like we always do on this show. This is Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, and if you've not subscribed, do that right now. Subscribe to the channel, like and share, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get all this juicy information, good value, great content we'll be bringing to your view every day, day in, out, 24/7 a year. And right now we can see Bitcoin is now trading at market cap, is now at 1 trillion and about 67 billion, and the volume in the last 24 hours is about 83 billion rather. And also the volume 24 hours 89 billion, excuse me, that's about 90 billion. That's nice. And now we have BTC dominance growing to 40.1%. You can now see the king is now gaining power back, growing to 40.1%. And let's quickly check, speaking of BTC, let's check how BTC is doing. We can now see BTC is trading at 22,384, and also we can see 12,000, excuse me, we can see it has appreciated 12.98% in the last 7 days. Also, we can see ETH appreciated about 3.8% in the last 7 days. And we can see what's happening in the last 1 hour. They're about 0.42% and 0.18% respectively. And also, we can see other coin doing well while some are still in red. Let's quickly check the coin under 100. And we can now see the coin under 100. We have Golem now make it to 101. UN Finance back at 102. And we have Gala moving up to 103. And we see Seychelles at 104. And we can see some of them, they've done so well in the last 7 days, while we see some of them doing a little bit better or becoming worse in the last 24 hours, talking about them dropping. And we can see some of them appreciating in the last 1 hour. And now you can see Bitcoin is trending because the BTC dominance has now hit 40.1%. And now we have Reef trending as well. We have Shiba Inu too trending because that's an alt coin. And now probably we can check Shiba Inu out as our alternative coin when we get to the chart analysis section, whereby we will be checking out what is really going on in the market. So speaking of that, I think let's quickly check what's going on in the market. And now I told you about Luna. Luna just moved up and everyone's like, oh, Luna is back, Luna is back. Before you know it, back down 50%. And I believe it's still going to crash more because now we're going to see some structure being formed and we're going to see it coming down. So do not get into Terra Luna now. Not even the Luna 1, not even the Luna 2, or they call it Luna Classic, because it is just something they just launched and it's a new project. Even though they have a old one that failed, you understand, what happened once might happen twice, you understand. So you need to be careful with Let's see how the launch is going to be. Let's see how people react to the market. Let's see some structures being formed. Then we can now say, yes, we can bag our money on Lunar Classic. And I believe the USD is dead already. I don't know what they're going to do to make sure they can peg it back to $1. They can peg one Lunar to $1, one Terra USD back to $1 peg. But we're going to see that in the coming days. So let's just see, like you can see, I drew this since yesterday. I told you we might see coming down, and you can see move up a bit, which represent this line I'm saying, and now it's coming down, it's going up, which could now see come and come, which now see go like this, and we'll see it coming down to where it's coming from. That's that about Luna. Let's quickly check about talking about alternative coin. Let's check out Shiba Inu, since Shiba Inu is making some moves. Let's check out Shiba Inu and see what Shiba Inu is up to. Is it time to bank Shiba Inu? Is it time to buy some? It hasn't bottom out yet. Let's quickly check it out, because Shiba Inu is what some people also believe in, and they believe is going to do well in the nearest future. We can see when you look at this, we can see we have it breaking this structure now, created another structure. We might see it breaking this structure too. But if you want to buy Shiba Inu, I will tell you, wait till it gets to 0.0000713. It will break that zone, which is this point. Now you can still wait, but if you don't break it, you see it touching this place. Let me show you what I'm trying to say. We see it coming down to this point, then forming some kind of structure. Then you can get in here, but we'll still be throwing more light to that as time goes on. But I think right now Shiba is still forming structure coming down, and let's wait to see if it's going to touch here. Then we'll see it move up a bit. Or if we're going to see the cryptocurrency appreciating and moving up on uptrend, we might see Shiba Inu do something like this, not break this point and move up. But where do you need to buy? You need to buy above here, because you don't buy when the market is still inside the structure. No, that's where a lot of you lose your money. You don't buy when it's inside, especially when you've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is complete already. You need to wait to see if it's going to break down. If it breaks down, you can sell here to back some money to this point, then you buy here. You understand? But don't just buy, except is you can see it's forming a structure like this. To move up back, then you can buy above the structure. That's why in trading you need to be patient before you take your trade, or before you even invest in the market. Being a spot trader, a margin trader, whatever I can call it, you need to have patience. So that's that on Shiba Inu. Let's check the king out before we now check what has been making the headline, which is the ETH, talking about the merge coming up in the nearest, let's just say in some few days. But let's check what's happening with BTC out right now, because we can see BTC has been moving upside since we have this move from here. And there's something I now discovered again, which I want to share with you, and I believe that's very important, because now if you see with my chart over here, we have our 1, 2, we have our 3, 4, and I believe we're having another squeeze here, and that is what is forming this squeeze. So I think if Bitcoin is failing to break down, we can put a buy here. You can put a buy stop here, because if Bitcoin should break this point now, I believe we might see Bitcoin moving upward like this again, to form what we always tell you, distribution, accumulation, distribution. Then we have what we call liquidity graph. So we might see Bitcoin moving upward like this to now form that wedge somewhere. Then probably we now see it coming down. But having said that, I believe Bitcoin over the past few days has completed the movement. But now, when the market is completed, there's what we call liquidity graph. They try, sometimes in trading, they call it fake out. They try to probably push a fake out, but I'm not seeing a fake out there, because we can see the seller are not able to overpower the buyers. The buyer keeps coming into the market at each stage, which is risky, because I tell you, when you are trading or when you want to invest, you need to check the market. When you miss it, wait for your time. If it's going to take 2 days, if it's going to take 1 week, if it's going to take whatever time it's going to take, wait till you have another entry. Because now, if you enter, yes, you might back some point, but what's the possibility that it's still going to move more than this percentage? You can see, what's the possibility that it's still going to move about this 20% from that point that it has moved? You understand? So with that being said, I always tell my students that you do not need to jump into the market. You need to wait. You understand? You're still going to see structures, but now I've not seen that we've created and we have the Bitcoin above here. Now maybe we're going to have what we call liquidity grab, or we're going to have continuation of the trend, because it happens like that. Sometimes you have this mitigation point where we have the other block where you need the market to come and mitigate before it continue moving. Sometimes they do it deliberately because maybe they've not had enough accumulations of fund in the market. You know, the big boys are the one moving the market, not the retail traders. It's the big banks. They put billions of dollars. They put, you know, billions of dollars in the market, and you see the market moving on. So now what we need to do is to put a buy above here and see, so we can, you know, make money when the market shoots up here. So if you put a buy above and the market move upward, we now wait for another structure of a sell to happen. But if you're asking me, okay, what about if the buy didn't happen, I'm looking for a sell, where should I pull my sell? If the market was going to drop, your sell should be below this point. You see, this is where you should put it, because this is where we have the highest, and this is where we have the spike before we're having this movement. So if you fail to break 22,500 upward, I believe if you break 21 or 22k, you should put in your sell, because I believe the market is going to drop down from there. Not financial advice anyway, but I'm just telling you what I've studied in the market. And if you've checked our videos, you'll find that we've been more than 99.9% correct. You can check it out. If you've not seen our videos, go back and check all our videos. There are information that will pass on each videos that's going to benefit you. And that means if you've not subscribed, you need to do that right now. Subscribe to the channel, like, and share the content to other people who can benefit. And also, if you've not turned on the notification bell, please do that right now so you can get our videos as we drop it for you immediately. So what am I expecting from Bitcoin? As Bitcoin is ranging here now, it's been squeezing here throughout the day. I was expecting it to pull down, but now the buyers are still pushing it. So now put your buy stop at 22,500, and if you have the market break above this, you're going to start making money. And put your stop below 22,000, and that's what you need to do with Bitcoin as I'm speaking to you right now. Not financial advice anyway, but it's just what we've studied and we're trying to share it with you. Excuse me. So that's on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still looking nice. It's failing to pull back, and normally when you have a cycle complete, we can have another one which will be continuation till we have another one complete. Then we have the market drop down. So now let's talk about ETH, because ETH has been doing the most. Talking about the merge, and we've been seeing a lot of things happening. Oh, sorry for this. Let me delete it. It's from the analysis that I was doing. Let me delete this so we don't get confused. So we don't get confused. So we can see ETH doing the most because of what? Because of the merge that is coming up. Now we can see structure being formed because we saw it bottom out over here. Then we have this movement. We have 1, we have 2, we have our 3, and now we break this point. This now become our red, whereby we now have a kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, kind of form our 1, we form our 2, and now we're having our 3. So I'm expecting, okay, now like I said, you can see we're expecting this to happen on the ETH trading, because if we break this zone, we're going to have a sell. So you can put your sell stop here and put your buy stop above here, so we can have the market moving, because we can just see the market do something like this, didn't break it, then come down, or we'll break it. So if you're breaking this point, you need to put your buy so you can start making some money. And if you're breaking, okay, let me look for a lower structure for you so we can see, excuse me, we can see from a structure being, yeah, you know. So now you can see the structure is even clear over here. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, didn't break this become 3, we have 4, we have 5, and we have liquidity grab. So now, even though we want to buy, we need to wait for it to come down. Didn't break, then we put our buy here. This is on a lower time frame, you know. Then we put our buy here and see the market move up, you understand, from something like this, then continue moving up to form the movement going up. But if you're taking a short for ETH, I think you must take a short when the structure is being formed. If there's no structure, you can put it below 1675. If you want to take a short, you can put it below 1675. And now we have market, the structure is not being formed yet. We need to wait, let the structure form, do something like this, pull back, then we put our buy above here, or depends on where we see the market pull back, we put our buy above there, and that's going to be the structure. Or if you want to trade like a professional, you can wait for the pullback and you take a buy around this zone, then you start making the money upward. But your short must be below 1765. That's that about ETH. You know, that's that about ETH. Let me excuse me, let me remove all these drawings so you can have a clear understanding of what I'm saying. You see, so now above here we need a structure before we can buy ETH, but we have a structure of sell that has been coming down. So if you miss this point, you can take a sell here. If you're a risk taker, you take a sell here, you put your stop loss here, but this is for experienced trader, not for someone that doesn't know how to trade, you understand. But for someone that just want to put a trade without stress, just put a sell below this, because if we should break this place, we're going to see the market dipping down. So that's that about ETH. Also, without wasting our time, I think if you've not subscribed, please go subscribe to the channel now. Subscribe right here, watch our videos, comment, like and share. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. But we can't end the show without checking what is going on in the sentiment world, whereby we have the fear and greed taking place in the market, because a lot of people, they're always scared, while some people are greedy in the market. And how do you know that? Is by checking the fear and greed index out, and we can now see we're sitting on 34. You can see when it was extreme fear, I told you that's when you need to buy, and you can see now it's sitting on fear. Before you know, it will turn to greed, and turn to extreme greed, and when it's like that, that's when you need to sell. So I believe we're going to see some movement upward with what I'm seeing based on the sentiment, but we still need, if you've missed the movement, you need to wait, let it pull back, then you can buy and go. And if it doesn't pull back, don't go and buy at a high price. You're just wasting your money, because they're going to sell it off to make money and buy it back. So you need to wait, let them sell it off, then you buy it back. And that's that on it. So we can see the fear and greed index sitting on 34. It's now fear, no extreme fear any longer. And that's what we have for you concerning the sentiment. And we can see what ETH is doing. We've talked about BTC. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, do that right now. Destroy the like button, share the content with your family and friends, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. All right, thank you for hanging out with me today, and that's what I have for you today. Until I see you again tomorrow, we'll be sharing and be talking about the merge, because the merge is closing and there's a lot of news going around it in the crypto space, in the mainstream, and even in the world generally. And we can see why some people are jumping on it, talking about the institutions, and that's what we want. So the crypto space can become legitimate or better and grow in value. All right, I remain myself, Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, and this is Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we don't gamble it. See you tomorrow. Stay out of trouble, bag more cryptos, bag more money, and peace.